and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, at noon today, they're going to vote for Jim Jordan to be the Speaker of the House. We'll see whether or not he wins or not. Apparently, they know they've got the votes in the Republican caucus. We'll see. Trump, the gag order. You can't make this up. This woman issues a gag order, narrowly tailored. He can't make statements about his prosecutor, his staff, court staff, personnel. Since when do they get special damn treatment to everybody? Just think about that. What the judge is saying is, we're special. You know what? If you're not a lawyer, and it's bullshit, because when you're a lawyer, you should be able to say it too. You can't say anything on your First Amendment rights about a judge, a prosecutor, and their staff. He says he's going to appeal. Good for him. This really pisses me off. And he's running for president. You know what the judge says? Judge said, this is Chutkin, the Washington, D.C. says, the fact that he's running for president doesn't give him the right to say anything he wants about anybody. No, he can say anything he wants about anybody that's not defamation, period. Pisses me off. Gaza invasion's about to happen. We'll see what happens. Hamas, you can't make this up. In the Gaza Strip, there's apparently 1.2 million people. The Israelis say, get the hell out. We're bombing the hell out of it. Apparently 600,000 people have left. 600,000 have not. You ready for this? Hamas is blocking their exit because Hamas wants them to die. Hamas is evil. And you know what? The Palestinians have relied upon Hamas, let Hamas exist, so screw them. That's my theory. That's my position. Let the bombs drop. Biden's going to go to Israel on Wednesday as a sign of solidarity. He'll trip off the freaking plane. Meghan goes after Candace. I'm on Team Meghan on this. Candace says, these college kids ought to be able to learn to make mistakes. We need to forgive them, blah, 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 for all their stupid positions. And I agree with Megyn Kelly is, these aren't ordinary kids, folks. These are Harvard kids. They know better. They should know better. I'm not going to cut them any slack. Cornell professor, he says it was invigorating to see Hamas attack. How the hell does this son of a bitch still have his job? It's unbelievable. Hostage videos. Well, they're starting to release the hostage videos. I want to come home, blah, blah, blah. This girl's going to get raped, mutilated, and killed anyway. Sad, but it's the truth. The Iranians have threatened Israel if they do anything. Screw Iran. While we're at it, let's blow them off the face of the earth. Wexner, this guy's the richest guy in Ohio. He's saying, nah, baby, nah, to Harvard. He's taking his money and going home, too. Good for him. Joe Biden apparently gave $75 million to Palestinians, even knowing about the Hamas threat. Columbia professor, he called Hamas attacks awesome. Joseph Mossad, there's a petition going after him. Good for Jim Biden. He's getting nailed for fraud. This is fraud that has nothing to do with the Hunter stuff. It's additional fraud. This son of a bitch thought he could do everything. Gangster. Putin's went and saw G yesterday. Wonder what that was all about. Biden, he thinks it's going to be funny that he joined Truth. Yeah, it'll be funny. You're going to get blasted. Bobby Jindal, former governor of Louisiana, has endorsed Donald Trump. Retailers aren't hiring many people on holidays. You know why? Because it's not going to be good. And Amazon. 5,500 bureaucrats were hired to implement Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law. You wonder why in the hell we have a $2 trillion deficit, budget deficit? Let me see what else we got. Comcast. Can't make this up. They overpaid the Pac-12 $72 million. So the Pac-12 has to give that money back. They weren't planning on it. This is what I'm talking about, morons. Who is the Comcast jackwagons to let this happen? See, they get paid all this money to screw up. $1.13 billion was spent by FTX on celebrities and sponsorships. What the hell for? Mitt claims he and Oprah were going to team up in 2020 to stop Trump. Hey, Mitt. A guy named Mitt with a son named Tag is never going to be president of the United States. Bill Ford is saying the UAW union are hurting everybody. They need to come together. Bill Ford. Kroger, they're losing their Walmart. Walmart, Kroger, Wegmans, Whole Foods, the fruit supplier, Prima Winona, headquartered in Color, California. plums, apricots, peaches, filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I'm telling you, folks, the world's collapsing. DOJ Proud Boys are going to appeal the sentences. You can't make this up. 15 years, 22 years. That's not enough for the DOJ. Ridiculous. Saudis. The Saudi crown prince let Blinken wait for hours and then canceled the meeting. Yellen, you ready for this? Yellen, our Treasury Secretary, told Sky News, Wilford Frost, that we're not decoupling from China, we're deepening our relationship. Tim Scott, super PACs, cut off buying ads. Why? Because Tim Scott can't win. Tesla, somebody had their battery go bad because it rained. $21,000 battery. This is a sad story. Kate Middleton's parents, Carol and Michael, due to supply chains and everything else, guess what? Might be bankrupt. DeSantis, $1.5 million on jets, carrying on, acting like a big shot. He thought he was something. All right. Trump is blasting CBS for the softball interview of Joe Biden on 60 Minutes, which it was. All right, the third presidential debate is going to be held in downtown Miami on November the 8th. Who cares? I'm reporting it. Linked, owned by Microsoft, laying off 700 people. Isn't that a whole bunch of great news? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Gentlemen, American Jury Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. We're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. How big of a scumbag does Joshua Amberg have to be? He killed his mom. He faces 20 years to life in prison. He's pled guilty to charges of aggravated murder and felonious assault. Josh, you're going to get raped in prison. Butler County, they uncovered on October 14th in a traffic stop, 1 million people could have been killed by that fentanyl. That's how much fentanyl it was. 1 million people. A canine officer helped him locate it. Over the Rhine, this guy right here, $1 million bond. What did he do? Strangled a guy in Over the Rhine. An Evansville man has been sentenced on child molesting charges. Ramon Will. Look at that guy. Jamie, how come all the bad guys always look like what they did?
I don't know.
Does not Ramon Miller look like a child molester?
Yes.
Yeah, I could figure out which photo went with this.
And the mom killer looked like a mom killer, like a big wussy, didn't he? All right, a former police officer, a current deputy, drunk, crashing a patrol car while he was drunk into a pole. Maybe he was having a bad day. In local news, David Pepper has apparently written a novel, and it includes the time that he was kidnapped. You know, he was kidnapped once and held for ransom, taken to an ATM machine. He's only 31 years old. PNC Bank's laying off 2,300 people. Don't you hate banks and insurance companies? I hate them all. More street takeovers. What? I thought we were going to take care of this. No, more street takeovers. And guess what? They found bins of mail dumped all over. How about that? Your post office. A witness on Kramer Avenue in East Westwood said she could see the mail. Some lazy ass, do you believe that? Look at all the important stuff that might have been there. All right, bins of mail, dog. Kentucky, the governor's debate was in Northern Kentucky last night. Did anybody watch it? Hell no, nobody cares, which is bad for Cameron because everybody knows that Bashir's going to win. Abortion was a big topic. If the legislature would give me the bill, I would certainly sign it. Yeah, but that's not his position. He's done. Daniel Cameron is toast. More than anything else, he ran from Trump after Trump got him the nomination, and 2, the abortion bill. RFK Jr. is going to be up in Westchester today. He was in Louisville last night. Chuck Holbrook and I went down to see him, support Chris Steeneman, my buddy who hosted the event. I'm for Trump. Jamie Spindley could not attend because he fell down the steps and hurt his back.
No comment.
It hasn't affected his chess game, though. He's still been beating me in chess. Harrisburg, Kentucky is the oldest town in Kentucky, founded by Daniel Boone. Mercer County. By the way, it's a neat place. It's one of the oldest towns in America, apparently. But you know what, folks? I don't know if I won Mercer County. All right. Kentucky Council on Problem Gambling. I want to make fun of this. Why do I want to make fun of this? Because they act like they care. You got gambling, you got gambling. I crack up when casinos are trying to say, if you got a gambling problem, contact blah, blah, blah. Kentucky registered hunters. You can't make this up. Number 24 highest nationally. That kind of shocks me. There are 15.9 million hunting licenses in the United States. In Kentucky, 321,000. A lot of hunters. You a hunter?
No, not at all.
Me neither. I don't like to kill sweet little animals.
Neither do I.
Aren't you glad, Willow? All right, in Ohio, 87,000 have applied for these school vouchers. That's a lot of people. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello again, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spinley with the latest headlines. Thousands of people in Gaza has gathered at the Rafah border crossing with Egypt as diplomatic efforts continue to open it before Israel starts its expected ground operation. But the United Nations said there has been no progress in negotiations on reopening the crossing. Belgium's Euro 2024 qualifier against Sweden was abandoned at half-time for security reasons after 2 Swedish people were shot dead in Brussels. The killing happened in the city hours before kickoff and has been treated as terrorism. The gunman has been shot. 5 men have been jailed for 12 years, each in Nigeria, after they were convicted of exhuming a human skull. They had planned to take it to a traditional doctor who said it was needed for a ritual that it would make them rich. The men pleaded guilty after being caught with a skull in a bag. A bus driver has been arrested after a bus crash into a shop in Manchester city centre, leaving a dozen people injured. The 64-year-old driver was detained on suspicion of causing seriously injuring by dangerous driving. Amongst the wounded was a woman who was in a critical condition and receiving treatment in hospital. The other people injured are believed to be stable with minor injuries. It is understood the 12 are pedestrians and passengers on the bus. And over 4,000 residents in Ghana's southern eastern region have been forced to abandon their homes due to widespread flooding. The crisis happened after a triggered dam overflowed, resulting in devastating destruction of homes, farmlands along the banks of the river Volta. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Cheerio.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries, the best sports show you will ever watch around these parts. Last night, the Cowboys beat the Chargers 20-17 in L.A. You know, the L.A. Chargers and the L.A. Rams share that wonderful SoFi Stadium. What a messy game. Penalties everywhere. But thank God my Cowboys pulled it out, Josh Wentz, so I could have a happy night. There's something else. These referees are awful this year. Across the board. And if you don't think referees are gambling on games or their buddies are gambling on games for them, you got something else cooking. And I think to me it's clear as day. Clear as day. And by the way, let me tell you something else about the penalty stuff. Josh, why in the hell is there holding? Why is there? You know what? They ought to just let these big boys go at it.
They can call it every.
They ought to just let them go at it.
Yep.
There's some more things. Illegal motion, like when they flinch. Who cares?
Right.
Get rid of that penalty. Get rid of illegal shifts.
Yeah.
Let the offense shift however the hell they want. Illegal man downfield. Let an offensive lineman go downfield.
Right.
They just get rid of the rules. They'd get rid of the penalties.
Yep.
And we'd have some fun football.
Yep.
Let them brawl.
Let them hit.
Let them hit. But you know what, though? I'm okay with hitting them in the neck, hitting them in the head, spearing and all that kind of stuff. But some of these hits are just hits.
Yep.
All right. Got that out of my system, Josh Wentz. The Texas Rangers are now up 2-0, 5-4 against the Astros. They just took two at Houston. And I tell you how they did it. Home run ball, baby. And the Astros, this guy hit 2 home runs, didn't make any difference. And the Phillies, homer. Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos. Unfreaking believable. And they're up 5-3 on the Diamondbacks, 1-0 so far. In the NHL, the Blackhawks, 4, Maple Leafs 1, Panthers 4, Devils 3, Rangers 2, Coyotes 1, Capitals 3, Flames 2, Red Wings beat the Blue Jackets 3-0. All right, you ready for this? Bryce Harper hopes the Major League Baseball players play in the Olympics. I do too. Let's send them an all-star squad. Can you imagine the team you could put together, Josh Wentz, of American League and National League all-stars combined on one team? Oh, my God. Brady, speaking of the NFL, says the NFL is becoming like flag football. I agree. Belichick, there's rumors that he might bolt and go for another team where he has better players. We'll see. I would think that Belichick might just retire unless he could go to a team with great players. Folks, I do not blame this on Belichick, and I wish everybody would give Belichick. The public, Josh Wentz, is so fickle. He is the greatest coach of all time. Do you think he's forgotten how to coach? Hell no. He's just got bad personnel. Brock Bowers is going to have ankle surgery out 4 to 6 weeks. I always tell people about this all the time. You know what? Like in college football, the NFL, you never know when the injury changes everything. In the middle of games, whatever. It's like turnovers and injuries change everything. Without Brock Bowers, Georgia ain't the same team. All right, 5 sports have been added to the Olympics. You want to know what they are? You can't make this up. Baseball, softball, cricket, lacrosse, and squash. By the way, football is going to be flag football. You watch pickleball be there next. Antonio Brown's been arrested. Not paying his shouts, but Antonio Brown could have been a Hall of Famer. What an athlete. Can you say mental health? All right, the Reds. Will they or will they not depart with Joey Votto? They got a lot of tough decisions to make. All I got to say about this, keep all those great young players, add some pitching, and go win a National League pennant. Shannon Sharp says he breaks up with women if they pass too much gas. I'm okay with that standard, Josh Wentz. How about you? And Dolly Parton is going to sing at halftime at the Thanksgiving game for the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeehaw! Go, Dolly, go. Through plastic surgery and medicine, this woman still looks 25. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. See you tomorrow with more sports without boundaries. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. This is becoming my favorite show because it's fun. All right, Dolly Parton will be singing at halftime, the Thanksgiving game at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. She is a perfect fit for Dallas Cowboys at halftime. Would you not agree? Although I think Dolly Parton fits anywhere. She's now a rock star. She's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame country. She's sweet. She's smart. Who couldn't hang out with Dolly? And by the way, you can't make this up, Josh Wentz. A buddy of mine, Joe Egbers, told me that a buddy of his confirmed she does only communicate by fax. That's hysterical. Killers of the Flower Moon, the big hit. Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio's coming out. This portrays the story. This is what happened, okay? What happened is, in Oklahoma, the Osage Indian tribe, they found oil on the reservation. So the American government goes, oops, maybe we want some of this back. And there was a lot of murders going on trying to get the land back. It's a terrible story, historically true story. It's a 3-hour freaking movie. It premieres Friday. I'm going to take my wife to go see it. Wrong Miami. This chick here, this is hysterical. She signed up for Miami of Ohio. She wanted to go to Miami of Florida. She just went with it. Unbelievable. Liam Neeson tells the sad story of when he told Natasha Richardson that she was not going to come back from her head injury of skiing. I want to tell you right now, the number of tragic deaths from skiing leads me to believe, and boating, don't water ski, don't snow ski, you'll live longer. All right, Shannon Sharp says he breaks up with chicks who fart. Fair enough. Kevin Costner allegedly has spent $20 million of his own money on his upcoming epic Western series Horizon. I tell you what, as much as they've hyped this and how great he says it is, my guess it's going to be pretty damn good. Dolly Parton, her again, says no more tours. She needs to be with her husband. Sounds like there's some health issues. Chick-fil-A was ranked, no shocker here, the #1 drive-through restaurant. Sabrina, go get us some Chick-fil-A. Early dinner out. More and more people are going to early dinner out. Why? No lines. Josh, we developed this technique on the Deters family vacations. When we go on vacation, we always go out to dinner at 4. Yep. You go to dinner at 4, you avoid all them lines. Right. Madeline Klein, I like this cute chick. Hot, young, Outer Banks, is dating Pete Davidson. Why? Why does Pete get them all? Is it a sympathy thing?
I've heard of it.
You can't make this up. 14 presidents have signed this letter. It's a Guinness World Records. Trump's the last one. Every president from Hoover to Trump, price tags $175,000. What it is, and it all started in October 32 when a Texas man, Richard Corbin, wrote to FDR about a potential campaign stop in Arizona. Josh, if I was cash flush, I would buy that. I'm serious. But I'm not cash flush. All right, I'm cash broke. Send me money, please. Retailers are not hiring a bunch of people extra at Christmas. You know what that means, Josh Wentz? Amazon. Tommy Lee claims he drank 2 gallons of vodka a day. Josh, I think that's impossible.
256 ounces.
He can't have done that.
No way.
No one. If he does, his liver is gone. You can't make this up. Disney VHS tapes, you still got some lying around? Apparently some of these are worth $6,000. My question is, why? Because you can still watch the movie. It's out there, in internet. But apparently some are worth $6,000. I'm going to go through my boxes tonight. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Go Dolly.